Let me ask you a question. What if I told you that a tiny paper plane, something that costs maybe $50 to make, could bankrupt the richest country on earth? You would say, that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. But what if I told you it is actually happening right now in real life? There is a country called Iran. Iran is not rich. Iran is not the biggest military power. Iran does not have fancy jets or aircraft carriers or space lasers. But Iran has a plan so clever, so sneaky, and so simple that it is giving the United States of America, the most powerful country in the history of the world, a massive, massive headache. The whole story starts with something called the Shahed drone. The Shahed drone looks similar. It is small, simple, and not very fancy, but it carries explosives, and it costs roughly $35,000 to $50,000 to build. In military terms, that is incredibly cheap. Iran can produce hundreds of these drones and launch them from trucks, hidden launch sites, or remote locations. Now here is where the math gets interesting. When these drones fly toward a target, the United States Advanced Defense System tries to shoot them down. These are powerful systems, but they are also incredibly expensive. Each interceptor missile can cost around $1 million. So imagine the situation. Iran launches a drone worth $50,000. To stop it, the US defense system might fire 1, 2, sometimes even 3 missiles. That means they could spend $2 or $3 million to stop something that cost Iran $50,000. This is not just a battle of weapons, it is a battle of economics. America is already carrying more than $34 trillion in national debt. The government is borrowing massive amounts of money every year just to keep the system running. Military operations, interest payments on debt, and domestic spending are already stretching the budget. Now imagine adding a war where every incoming $50,000 drone forces a $1 million response. If hundreds or thousands of drones are launched over time, the cost adds up incredibly fast. Millions turn into billions. And that is exactly the kind of war Iran wants. A long, grinding conflict where the United States has to keep spending more and more money just to defend against cheap weapons. So if the war drags on long enough, the real battlefield may not be the skies over the Persian Gulf. The real battlefield could be America's wallet. Let me